Okay, this lesson is going to be on Witiks. These are variously called also abanicos, fanning motions with the stick. What this is that when you're striking, what we've covered a lot is slicing motions, slashing motions, where we're using the edge of the blade to affect on various angles. The Witik motions are fanning motions. The blade is fanning. If this was a blade-based weapon, we'd be hitting with the flat of the blade. So the main application of the Witik is going to be for a stick-based use. We're not going to very often try to intentionally hit someone with the flat of the blade if we can help it. Obviously, we'd rather use the power of the blade to cut. In this case, there are some very useful motions that can be entailed from the stick. The first of these is the Witik. To start out with, we're going to go ahead and start on a high line series from the high chamber. Okay? From here, we're going to turn, and as you'll see the sidestep footwork come into place as it comes out and strikes on the flat. And then we go to the inside. Outside, inside. This should be, it's almost like a helicopter motion, back and forth. And it should be flat. We don't want to be coming down at angles. Good practice, good form, should be flat. Most common application here is going to be striking the temple. As we go a little faster, this will put a lot of strain on the wrist, so make sure your wrists are warmed up as we go on to the here. And you can see as we step and snap, it's going to come out, it's going to pass that main line of the body here and whip back. That's the flexibility of your wrist. If you don't have flexible wrist, this isn't going to work for you. What's important not to do is to stand here like this with your hips square and try to go this way. Even the most flexible wrists are going to find that you're not going to be able to get a very powerful shot because this stick is not crossing my center line and you couldn't possibly get a good hit. With my sidestep takes my hips into account and then pushes my strike into its appropriate range. So this is the high, coming off the high chamber. High Witik. This one, we start from the cross body chamber as we bring it down this way. This is a vertical Witik because it's using the vertical line. So the mechanic is the same as we extend here and drive into it. Obviously, my application is a little different. This might be for hand hunting, for popping that wrist, popping that hand if the person leaves their hand out for too long, as we snap into it. Part of the power generation that you see here is the whipping motions. In this case, the whipping motion is on the vertical line. Okay? So you're going to see, as we go into this, just we isolate the hand motion here, as I build a little power, you'll see a rise, bam, and fall. Drop, use that gravity. As I drop into that strike. Try it on a target. You'll really feel the difference if you're just arm striking or wrist striking versus as you put a little pop and a drop into it. The power generation on the high line is generated by the hips because we are allowed to torque here. We can't do the same thing, so we're using an up and down motion as we do this Witik. The last one is the crossbody. It's another horizontal, just on the low line. So this one here As you can see from the body motion, this is truly whipping. Okay, this is just like taking that towel and snapping that towel. It's the same mechanic on it here. Obviously we have a solid weapon here, but that's what's going to accelerate the tip of that stick to generate power. There's obviously not a lot of muscle strength behind this. This is relaxation and that snap. Now as we put these together, there's a sort of a mini form that we're going to do here. Okay, well, we're going to start with that reverse number one, that as if we were going to that reverse number one. Draw, retic, retic. So we took those high line, the outside and inside. Turn, drop with the vertical, come back, horizontal. Draw, high, high, vertical, horizontal. Draw, high, high, vertical, horizontal. And that's the mini form, just a simple way of practicing the 4 main Witiks. Again, these are just basics. Mix these up into your different striking patterns. It might be any number of different ways. Obviously, these two come off the back end. You can't Witik over here because there's no power on it. But here is where you're going to generate that snap, or here. Okay? Just add it to your game.